My sister-in-law offered me money to keep her affair a secret. I accepted for months until her lover threatened me. So I revealed his secret. I never thought my life would take such a twisted turn. I'm 22 years old and I have an older brother, Jake, who's 26. He recently got married about 6 months ago to his long-term girlfriend, Chloe. From the outside, they seemed like a happy couple. Everyone in our family adored her. Well, everyone except me. The truth is, Jake and I have never gotten along. We've been on bad terms since high school, and honestly, I think I've hated him ever since. When I was 14, Jake spread a disgusting rumor about me, that I was a kleptomaniac and that people should be careful around me. I lost friends, my classmates avoided me, and even teachers seemed suspicious. It ruined years of my life. And why? Because I had told his then-girlfriend that he was flirting with another girl behind her back. My brother was one of those cool guys, captain of the football team, always surrounded by friends and constantly juggling multiple girls because he thought it made him look impressive. When his girlfriend found out, she confronted him in the cafeteria in front of everyone. He was humiliated, and I guess that was his payback, destroying my reputation. After that, I spent 4 miserable years being bullied nonstop. I had braces, was awkward, and already struggled with self-esteem. The rumor just gave people another reason to make my life hell. When Jake went off to college, I stayed home, keeping my distance as much as possible. Even when he came back for the holidays, I avoided him. My parents always told us to be civil for the family, so we acted polite in front of relatives, but that was it. When Jake announced his wedding, I didn't want to go, but my mom insisted it would look bad if I didn't attend, so I went, wearing a fake smile and counting the hours until I could leave. That's when everything changed. During the reception, Chloe told everyone she was heading back to the hotel to change into something more comfortable. 10 minutes later, I decided to leave too. But when I walked to the parking lot, I saw something that stopped me cold. Chloe was making out with one of Jake's close friends, Marcus, in a quiet corner. At first, I froze. My brain couldn't process it. But then Chloe saw me. She quickly pulled away from Marcus, who bolted like a coward, and she walked over to me, panicking. She started babbling about how Jake was a great man, but that she wanted something more, which was code for Jake had money, but Marcus was the one she actually loved. I felt disgusted. Then she did something that changed everything. She offered me money to keep quiet. "Please," she said, "I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't tell Jake." And at that moment, something in me snapped. After everything my brother had put me through, I realized I could finally get revenge. So I told her my price, $1,000 a month. Chloe hesitated, tried to bargain, but I stood firm. Eventually, she agreed. And just like that, I became part of her dirty little secret. For 2 months, the arrangement went smoothly. Every month, the money came in. I didn't need it. I already had a decent job in HR, but it felt satisfying. It wasn't just about the money. It was about finally having power. Then, last week, everything went downhill. Marcus showed up at my apartment with the cake, pretending it was a birthday gift. Through my security cameras, I saw him talking to the doorman and convincing him to let him up. I didn't trust him, so I talked to him through the door. He looked furious. Apparently, Chloe had told him about our arrangement, and he was livid. He said I had to stop blackmailing her, or he'd make sure I paid dearly. He even said he could ruin my life if he wanted to. That was it for me. I was furious. Not only had Chloe betrayed my trust by involving Marcus, but now I was being threatened for something she started. So I called Jake. When he answered, I told him everything. Chloe's affair, the money, Marcus's visit. Then I hung up before he could say a word. Within an hour, my phone exploded with texts and missed calls from Chloe, my mom, and even Jake. Chloe was accusing me of ruining her life. My mom was furious, saying I had destroyed the family. Apparently, Jake had already suspected something. He'd seen Marcus's name pop up on Chloe's phone, but she had convinced him it was innocent. After my call, he went through her phone again and found all the proof he needed. Now he's filing for divorce. My parents, of course, blame me. They said I should apologize and give Jake back his money. I told them I wouldn't. I didn't force Chloe to cheat, and I didn't force her to pay me. It wasn't blackmail. It was a deal she offered. Now my parents are threatening to cut me off completely, saying I've become someone they no longer recognize. Honestly, I think I've finally woken up. Update 1. I've cut ties with my family. Completely. This whole mess made me realize my parents were just as toxic as Jake. They never stood up for me when I was bullied, never held Jake accountable for that awful rumor, and always prioritized appearances over the truth. Growing up, they dismissed everything as sibling rivalry, even when I was falling apart emotionally. All they ever cared about was how we looked as a happy family. I kept in touch with Jake only because I didn't want to upset them. But now I see that was a mistake. My family never cared about me. They just wanted me to play the role of the quiet, obedient daughter. Now, karma has finally come full circle. Jake, the same guy who cheated on multiple girls in high school, is now facing a divorce because his wife cheated on him. And honestly, I don't feel bad. Update 2. It's been 2 weeks since I cut contact. I found out Chloe's pregnant, and nobody knows who the father is. My parents are losing their minds, blaming me for everything, saying that if I had stayed quiet, maybe things would have worked out. My dad even made a Facebook post shaming me, conveniently leaving out all the details that made me look human. He didn't mention how Jake bullied me or how Chloe made the first offer, just that I blackmailed my brother's wife and ruined his marriage. My extended family, who barely even talk to me, are sending hateful messages. They never cared about me before, but now they're disappointed. The irony is laughable. So I posted my side of the story. Everything. The truth. I haven't checked the comments yet. I'm not sure I want to, but it feels good knowing they can't twist the narrative anymore. Update 3. It's been 3 days since my post went viral. Apparently, a woman who went to school with us saw it and exposed Jake for something even worse, cheating on Chloe recently while pretending to be single. He'd made a fake Instagram account and hooked up with her while using a different name. So now both Jake and Chloe are a mess. Chloe's pregnant, Jake's facing a divorce, and the entire family's reputation is collapsing. And me, I'm sitting here with popcorn, watching karma do its work. For once, I don't feel like the broken little sister anymore. I feel free.